So I'm having issues with the heater again, the heater core. I emailed them back in March, but of course, summertime and don't really need heat. But I did remind them, and I have to take it in. I gotta get a flush. But something that was suggested to me by the mechanic for the cube van was, when I was talking to him about it, was throwing an inline filter. So when I was talking to James over at the dealership, I said to him, like, I don't want to keep replacing this because I'm getting frustrated. It costs you guys money, it costs me time and money, and every time you're in the truck, something doesn't get connected or gets broken and has to get replaced, and it's frustrating for everybody. So in doing so, this is what he sent me. Exactly what I was looking for. So a little filter that will get connected to the hose. You cut the hose and fit this in there, and then this filter will get changed every month or cleaned out every month or whatever it might be, but to catch all that debris before it goes into the heater core and plugs it. So I'm gonna set up an appointment with him to get the heater core flushed and without chemicals, and then to install this. And when they did it last time, I don't know, when they took stuff out for, I don't know if it was radiator or something, but there's a disconnect in the washer fluid, so it keeps coming on that it's empty when it's not. So I gotta have them look at that too. I fixed everything else that was issues, stuff that wasn't connected. There's a few little things I need to talk to him about, but see what happens. So we're off to the dealership again. The heater core, still having issues with it. So as I said earlier, the mechanic that does the work for the cube van had suggested, when I was talking to him about it, to put an inline filter. So the dealership has ordered that inline filter, and excuse me, they are going to install it. They're going to flush the heater core, and they're going to check for heat. I don't think the flushing is actually going to benefit anything, but you know, getting any of that debris out that's there, it's good. It's not a chemical flush. When they do a chemical flush, the chemical flush will actually damage the radiator, the pumps, and a lot of different things along the way. So it's not recommended to do the chemical flush. So I dropped the truck off. It is almost 1:30 and I need the truck for 2 o'clock. I've emailed twice and I've called to get no answer. So a little frustrating. I've got to try to figure out how I'm gonna get Caden right now. So I've got to figure that out. This is part of the reason I was bringing in early. This is part of, you know, my frustrations. But anyway, I got to figure things out. I have no clue when the truck is done. No one's getting back to me, and I like communication. And if there's no communication, then, you know, people have no clue what's going on. And that's my biggest frustration. So I also have to look up these parts and see how much they bought them for and see how much I'm going to get charged for them. Because he did send me the picture and I know where he's getting them from. So I've got to do that as well. But I've got to figure out first how to get Caden home. Let's figure this out. My truck is still in there. See my truck sitting in there. What's left to do? It's frustrating. Told 20 minutes. It's been over 20 minutes. I get it. But I'm on a tight now timeline. I gotta pick Caden up in 20 minutes. And I can't see that happening. So back to trying to figure things out again. My little car. Oh, it's always tight to get into these things, especially when you're used to a truck. It's not a bad little car though. Just trying to figure out everything, that's the only problem. I'm off to pick up my truck. So yesterday there was no coolant. There was none in the whole building. So they put me in this rental. So I'm off to pick up my truck. Hopefully it's done. Hopefully there's not a big bill because of the flush, which is probably about 65 bucks plus the parts, which were another 30, 40, $50. So I'm probably looking at about 250 bucks, hopefully. Let's find out when we get there. There's my truck. I missed my truck. Hopefully she's gonna work fine now. So I'll show you what was done. So, heater core is right in there. Where's the filter though? There it is. I wasn't expecting it to be that big, holy cow. But that is the inline filter for the heater core. So any debris and stuff should get caught in that. And we can clean that out so it doesn't get into the heater core. So they have flushed the heater core and hopefully we've got heat. Let's try it out. Okay, so so far, I actually have heat. So this fix may have worked. Hopefully. We're heading into winter months, so we'll definitely be testing it out. So let's get on the road. So just reading through all the information. So they did install the inline filter and flush the heater core. They also checked the windshield washer fluid because the sensor kept on coming on, even though it was full. And I guess there was a wire that was loose in there. So they fixed that. They did issue fluid water bottle to tested wiring, fixed that. I seem to have heat, so doing the flush actually helped. And mileage out, customer aligned wheels to be retorqued. I don't know what that's about. I should actually take it in for that though. But yeah, it's, you know, Langley Chrysler, I like dealing with them for warranty. They stand behind their product and they go above and beyond. That was like a, you know, probably a $250 bill that I was expecting that I didn't pay a single thing for. They actually covered it for me, and that's something I really appreciate. Thanks James and thanks Angela. So hopefully this is gonna work. And 200. But yeah, it's awesome. So far everything seems to be working. Let's try it out in colder weather now. That's the true test. So I don't have camera and I don't have lights. So they've obviously disconnected something. So let's go check. It's back very well. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. If I remember right, this one was here. Just make sure everything's hooked up properly. This I can take out because there's nothing hooked to it. So just fold that over for now. But I don't know why they didn't put this back. I mean, I need to get this all cleaned up. For one. But can at least put things back. So let's try that. Oh, helps if I have power. full power. Yeah, so I've got lights. Looks like I've got camera. Let's see. Wait for that to come on. Where I noticed is it said there was a disconnect for camera. And then I tried the lights, and that wasn't working either. I did have this all switched from a different switch. So agree. Camera, it's hard to see right now. Okay, so I got camera. Okay, so that did work. Good. And I just need to adjust that. So let's close this. As I said, there's always something. Every time I take it in, they always disconnect or something's not connected, so I've got to figure things out myself, which I don't mind. I like kind of doing that kind of stuff. But sometimes it gets frustrating because things should be done, finished or whatever. But anyway, okay, just making sure that's good. So fogs are good. Heated seats are on a different one anyway, so that's fine. And then camera is still setting up. We'll test the heat first thing in the morning when it's colder and see how well it works. But let's just check this, and then I'll go over the details of the work that was done and costs. I will agree. Oops, camera, and let's just get that set properly. We have heat again, so I will let them know. So that was a flush, and putting in that filter, and that filter is actually quite big. We'll take a closer look at that thing. And it doesn't come with the vehicle, but when the vehicles get older, I'm told that the engines, there's wear and tear on them, there's filings, there's stuff that gets into the engine, and that this will just keep happening over and over and over. So this solution that was come up, or that Tamis told me about, which is a great mechanic, but he moved. Hopefully this is going to be the solution, and we'll soon find out. But yeah.